Hello, it's Kay in front of the camera.
And Maggie behind.
Okay, and we're going to do our shed. So we haven't got one. We do have a posh leaflet things to show you, but it's not here. No, it's by the kettle. So I'm going to start putting the shed body together. So we'll show you the instructions in a sec. So what I'm going to do is put a bit of tape at the bottom of these and move it across like that. So I'm using our soft pour tape. So this is the orange tape, which is repositionable, and it's brilliant for projects like this. And then there's a little split earlier. Okay, like that. So once you've got the shell together of the shed, then basically everything else fits on top of it. So that like that, and then we're going to.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry, I got distracted. Oh,
there you go. Posh. Put it that way around. Our posh leaflet. So there you go. So everything you need will be in here as well.
And we do have, we still have a few places at the moment, but we have a workshop, don't we?
Oh yeah, we do have a miniature workshop on the 7th and 8th of July at Wansford, and it's Friday afternoon and all day Saturday. So the idea is on Friday afternoon we'll put the main part of your nook together, and any stenciling like pastes and stuff like that go on there and dry overnight. And then Saturday is all day decorating. So making your miniatures to go inside, decorating them, and then just basically having fun. So it's so Saturday's a nice fun day, and we've done all the hard work on Friday.
Yeah.
Because we did a workshop last year, and we just found one day to do a nook is not quite long enough, because it takes ages to dry. So if we can do that on the night before, then everything you need drying can be done overnight.
Yeah, we had requests for this, didn't we?
So yeah.
So all the details are on our website. Just search
Unfortunately,
workshops.
if this is after
yes.
July 23, then I'm sorry. It was brilliant.
but have a look on our website, because we run workshops all the time. Who knows? We might even have managed to set up an online workshop, Kate.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure our RT skills are anywhere near that good at the moment. Right, so I want to put this all together.
I'm just flipping that towards you a minute, because I'm going to go and load the beast. You can see up there.
Okay, so we'll just put that together. So that's the back of the shed. And that's one of the sides. Oops. So did a shed of your own, so it could be anything you want it to be. So it can be a bar, it can be a craft shed, it can be a sewing shed, it could be a reading shed. It could actually be a shed that you use for the gardening stuff, you never know. Like an old-fashioned shed that you can park your husband in. So you can go down there, smoke his pipe, have a glass of sneaky whiskey, and put the worlds to right with listening to the racing, or whatever they do in sheds. Probably best not asking him what they do in sheds, but a shed is your space to do anything you want with. So we've got a couple. Michaela's done a lovely one with. She's done it as Grandma's crafting shed. So she's done a crafting shed, and Jenny's done a brilliant party shed. So, with Eurovision being in the UK this year on behalf of Ukraine, she's done a party shed to celebrate it. So it's multicoloured, very flashy, and very European. It's not subtle in the slightest. It's lovely. And Michaela's got a lovely space where she can do a granny crafting. Okay, so that's the base of the body done. So what I'm going to do is let that dry for a bit. And then, we're going to do that? Yeah, I'm going to let that dry. As that's drying on here, I'm going to do the roof, and I'll show you how to do the roof. So the roof comes in a number of sections. So you get part B and part A. You get your, I think these are eaves. And then you get your finials, which are the little diamond ones. Again, you can replace them with something you like. And of course, we've got a cat, so we'll make sure we put our cat in a bit. Okay, so the idea is that the shed comes off, and it's also a bit wider. I'll show it that way, yeah. So it's a bit wider, and from here to there, it's so that you can put some cladding on there and get this roof on and off at the same time. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use A, because it's narrower than B, and I'm just going to tape it so that it fits flush down just one side and top of the roof apex on here, like that. Do you want to zoom in so people can see that?
Let me just whisper. So you've got a bit hanging over one side, one end.
Like that. So can you see that?
Right, so hold on. Right, so that's that end. Yep. Okay, so that's all flush.
And the other end won't be.
Yeah, tip the top towards you a bit.
Well, just
that way.
Just move it where you want it. Right, there you go. Like
That's it. You can see it overlapping. Yep, perfect.
All right.
Okay,
Okay.
right. I'm zooming out again, Kate.
So I'm going to just go and tape that in place. So you're taping, not gluing. Okay, make sure that's level on that side. Okay, so just put a little bit of tape in the middle bit so that doesn't drop.
Oh, very noisy today.
They are very noisy out there today. Okay, goes like that, and make sure that's flush at the end there. I think it's one of those mornings. So anyway, I'm going to tape that in place. So I'm just going to take that and take it round. Oops. Right. Okay, so now I'll take that. So it's flush, so it just goes straight up on here and here. And now I'm going to glue in between. So I don't want any glue here and I don't want any glue there. I'm going to just put a glue along this top bit here. Okay, so I'll do that. And the reason why is I don't want it to stick to the base of the shed.
I think there might be a little delivery soon of
Okay. So, right, so now I'm offering this up here, and this is going to go like that on the apex, like that. So it's a bit flush like that. Now, do you want to see that before I tape it? I tape it, I think.
Tape it and then show me.
Okay.
But a really easy way to see it is you've got the A one end and the B the other end. Did you do
Well,
that
you can do that if you want to, but it's
well, that's if you're really not
luck.
sure.
Yeah, you can.
Did you do that on purpose, Kay?
No, because if you turn around the other way, you can have the A and the B on the inside if you wanted to. I've got them on the outside. I'm going to decorate it anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. So
yeah, but if you're not sure, this is that's a quick guide to show you. Right.
I'll just make sure that one's flat on that end. And just make sure it's a dime underneath. Right, okay, so, right, can you,
Right,
that zoomed in?
Right, so let's zoom in a bit. Okay, so the top bit there, that's completely flush, isn't it?
Yeah, now can you probably see it from that
yeah,
angle?
that's fine. And then over each side,
And then that's how...
I'll come forward a bit here. Yeah, okay.
And that's the overhang one?
Yeah, and you can see there's overhanging at the side and on the end as well. So the bit that overhangs of the roof end is the bit with the two apertures on.
It doesn't make any difference. It
Doesn't make any difference.
It makes no difference at this
But as
stage.
long as you do it one end.
Yeah, it makes no difference which end it is,
Right,
as long as
I'm
it's
zooming out
one
now.
end.
Okay, I'm zoomed out.
Yeah, no, that makes no difference. Because this whole thing's going to be removable.
Yes.
So what you
of
need to
course.
do now is leave that alone. Okay. And then what you can do is your door. Now, as also part of the kit, you get a few sheets of these, and they're cut to size. Some of them are cut to size. The door one isn't, but the side panels are. So they're just tabbed in, so you need to untab them. So this is the door one. So I've done it so the door is like a gate one, but you can have the wooden bits going down that way if you want to. You probably could have it the other way if you cut them, but it's designed to do that. You can either have them either as tongue and groove, which means you put them together like that, or you can have them overlapped.
Like shiplap.
Yeah, shiplap, is that what it's called? Yeah, ridge lap. Is it ridge lap, isn't it? Or
Shiplap. I think it's shiplap.
Yeah. So just untab them.
If we're wrong, just pop a little comment on the video and let us know.
What it is, yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of tape on here because I want to glue and have it taped. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So the door is going to be like that, and it's going to open like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to do is put a piece of tape on here. So I'm going to wrap it around this piece here. So I'm going to get my... I'm using my our frame tape, which is perfect for this. So just take a piece of that off.
Would you paint your tongue and groove or shiplap after you've stuck it onto the door? Or
Personally,
would you do it before?
I personally would. I would stick it and then paint it. However, Jenny...
I think Jenny painted hers first.
Painted hers first and then did it. Hers is really precise. This is going to be a bit more rustic.
Hers was the party bar.
Hers is really done extremely well. Yeah, mine's definitely more of a rustic shed.
I think we should rent Jenny to come and paint our houses because I think she'd do a fantastic job.
So Jenny took a lot of time to get hers lined up. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and then if you want to be as precise as Jenny, because Jenny's is really, really precise. I say mine's more rustic. So what I've done is put some tape on it there.
And is that going to be the front of your door?
This is going to be, it's going to go open like that.
Yeah. Okay. So it's, yeah. Okay.
Okay, it's going to open like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to, you can get a bit of
Do you want to
backing. I'll use a bit of the plasticky stuff I found here. So it doesn't stick. Right, okay, so now what I'm going to do now is my ridge lap. So I'm going to start with the first one. So you want it, can you see that square?
Right, I'm going to zoom in. Hold on. So it's the ridge, I can see.
So that bit there, you want to come in a tad.
A smidge.
A smidge. Yeah, I'm going to have to say a smidge because when you open the door, it's going to catch on
catch otherwise.
You do need to have a little bit of a smidge.
Right, zooming out.
Okay, so glue all the way down.
You had a tip if you wanted to be really precise with your glue, didn't you, Kay, with a cocktail stick?
Oh yes, you can do, yeah. So I've just gluing, right, so I've glued all the struts. Now the other bit I tend to do, if you want to do, is put a bit of tape at the bottom like that, put your glue in, so just peel it off, and then you can just sort of dab and go. So for the first one you don't need to do that, so just put this one in place. So you get your ridge and just in a smidge, and you want to make sure, if you can, keep it level with the bottom of your door. Keep your door level. It's going to be too high at the top, but you just keep it level at the bottom. Okay?
Okay.
So for the next one, he's going to go put a little bit of dab of glue across.
That's on the edge of the board.
Yeah, so on the edge of the board. Because you've got glue on here, which is going to keep it in place. And then just slightly overlap it. Okay, these, so you don't have to be, if you want it millimetre, you're going to have to measure it, but I tend to do it by eye. But you do want to make sure it's flush here.
Okay.
Okay, like that. And you just basically just work across. Okay, now, because it's a door, it's going vertically. It's the same process when you're doing it horizontally on the shed. Okay, so just make sure that's flush. You see the effect you're getting. Okay.
When you hold it up, it'll be more easy to see, but you can see it here.
Okay, I'll just do that. I'm going to say by painting it beforehand you can do, because it's not structural, so it doesn't matter if it swells a bit. And if you want individual panels, then that's the way to go about it. But personally, I would probably stick it down then paint it.
Because also as well, if you paint it first and you get a little bit of glue on the paint and you rub it off, it might
mark
lift
it.
the colour. Yeah.
You just work your way through.
You're doing this one as a demo as well.
Might do.
A ship
Well, I might do.
Yeah.
Let's see. Right, and then that one. Yeah, oops, put a bit more glue on here. So you should have used a longer bit of tape, but never mind. Okay, so this one here, again, you probably don't need that last strip, so you just put that on there, and you can just see I've just left it a smidge
over.
Just so you've got a tiny bit of smidge there, for the same reason as before. So, if you wanted this completely, you would probably cut that piece down, but I'm not that bothered because it's a shed.
Can you just move that way a little bit? And I'm going to zoom in so they can see the smidge, the other end as well. Towards you. That's it. Okay.
Right.
Perfect. Yeah, because you've got a little tiny smidge, of MDF showing.
Yeah, just a
end.
tiny bit here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
perfect.
Just along there.
Okay.
So that ideally you should let that dry for a bit. Okay, but I'll show you how to stick the door in. So back to the. So we'll leave that to dry for a minute while I show you to get the roof off. So it should be dried enough now to just so I can undo the roof. So if I just untape it. That one. There we go. Right, that and that now comes off because you didn't put glue on those bits there. Okay, so you hold on to that. Move that to one side, and now, oops. So if it's doing that, just put a bit of bead of glue down here. I'll put a little bit more glue down there. Okay, I probably should have left it a little bit longer, but that's fine. Okay, so what you're going to do now, just move that across. So I'll put that in place for a sec. And then get your Evie bit, and you're going to put it so it's flush on here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick it, and then you can see what I've done, which will be the easiest way of doing it. Okay, so we want some glue. Thank you.
Oh, that's not a very nice thing to see. It's a cup of tea.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, so I'm holding this, and then I'm just going to put some glue along here. And then I'm going to hold it flush.
So it's flush in line with the outside edges of the V.
Right, do you want to flush, can you do that before I put the tape on it?
Yeah, a minute.
Right, where do you want me to move it?
I don't think, because you can see it's flush.
Okay.
Straight down.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's it. So
yeah,
so it's flush like that, and then I'll just push that down.
Oh, sorry, I just wobbled the video.
Okay, so just push that down and just put this tape on. And then just get rid of the excess glue on there. And tape on that. Okay, so this one here, because I've already got those bits of tape on here, so I can do the top bit. So, and then put this one on. Okay, so it's flush. Right, so I can feel it, so it should be fun. Just move that across. Okay, and then just leave that to dry. Okay, so we'll just leave that to dry for a bit. So, back to our door. Okay, so that's glued a bit. I would wait till that's really dry before I'm doing this bit, because I'm thinking I'm going to move it, but well, I'll do it anyway. So what you're going to do then is you need to trim this. So you need a sharp knife or a pair of scissors and just cut through. This is why it should be dry when you do this bit. That's it.
Perfect.
Okay, so you do really need to make sure that's nice and dry.
You tip the edge now. Just hold the edge, come forward and tip the edge up, then I'll zoom in and they can see like the overlap. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, perfect.
Right. So I would. That was why I make sure that the glue is dry before I do this bit. Okay, so to stick the door in, you get the door end, which does help. So I take those bits of tape out. And those bits of tape out. And these bits of tape out. I'll do the others in a minute.
That black fern tiger tape is brilliant for hinges and all sorts of things, isn't it?
Yeah. You could use the fabric one, but I don't think it's necessary. Right, just peel this off the carrier. Right, okay, done that. Okay, so that's going to fit into my little hole, my door hole. So hopefully, like that. Okay, so then you've got your tape on here. Because I cut it at an angle. Poke that through. Okay, burnish it a bit. Just move that through, and then bend it back on itself. And that is your that's your hinge. So if it's just, if it's caught a little bit there, you can trim that off with your knife. So if it's on the hinge, just cut that through with a sharp knife. This is not going to be very neat, but...
What have you cut? So it's difficult for us to
Right,
see.
so what I'm going to do, I'm going to peel a bit away, and then you can see exactly what I've done.
Yeah, we can see.
Okay?
Yep.
Yeah, they can see what I've done. Right, so, not very neatly, but I have done it. So, and then you give everything a good burnish. Because she's sitting in front of me.
It would be rude not to.
And she's not sloped off, so I can't get away with it.
Oh no, I'll put a comment on the video.
That's it. There we go. Okay, so just burn it. And that should be your door that you can open.
That is brilliant,
Okay,
Kay.
so you can do that.
Absolutely brilliant.
Okay, so the next thing you do is you need to put the rest of it on. So what I'm going to do is get like these bits here.
Are they all labelled on the sheets?
No, they're not
for
labelled.
you?
No, you have to find them out for yourself.
Okay. Oh,
So-
it's fairly self-explanatory, isn't it?
So these bits are here. So those go on here. I'm just going to do a couple because I've done one already and you can see what I've done. So I'm just going to do a couple. So I'll just take a few out. And now let's go on the other side. So it's the same process you did for the door, but you're doing the little things vertically. So they come out with a little tabby bit on there. Now if you want to, you can either cut that off or sand it down. It's one of those things you might want to sand down afterwards. Do you see that? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I'll tend to do then, so you want to cover your hinge. Excuse me, sorry.
Do you want a glass of water?
No, I'm right for it. That's, so, saying that, so I've done that. Now I should be fine. So anyway, so I'll probably put this all the way up, but I'm only going to show you this tiny bit at the bottom. So let's see if I've got any glue left on here. Yeah, it's still there. So let's put that bottom one on. So this is designed, it is short. So you've got a space here, and you want it just on that end. So can you see that like that?
That's so you don't block the hinge, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can build up the space on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, you just build it up again.
I do think we should go into flat pack housing, Kay.
I don't think we've got a laser big enough to do our testing.
No, probably not.
Okay, and you're just building it up. So I've just done a couple. Do one more. And it's exactly the same process as I did for the door. So I'm going to keep going. Like that, okay? And you work up until you get to that. So you go up with the shorter ones on here, and then you've got some longer ones as well to go across on here as well. So you just build those up. So you end up with that on the inside. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yep, you end up with that on the inside. So we're hoping, yes, the door opens. So the door that opens. So you can see why you need to get some space, so you can
Yes.
So it doesn't impede on it too much. Again, I probably could have done with it a bit more space because it's impeded a bit, but it doesn't really matter because you just open the
Probably
door.
test it as once you've stuck 3 or 4 slats on, just check that your door opens.
That's a good idea.
Because you'll be very cross if it doesn't when you
so
get to the top.
I was going to take that bit of glue out the way before the inevitable happens. Right, okay, now you've got to do is cut that flush. So I'm going to have to do it facing me, I think.
It's alright, we can see.
So you want a nice sharp knife. Should come up, okay.
One more will probably do it.
Okay, if you want to, you can sand it a bit if you need to, but you shouldn't need to. And then, this one I'll have to do like this.
No, it's fine.
So just press down with a sharp knife. You can do it with a sharp pair of scissors.
Tends to go a bit ridgy though if you use scissors.
Yeah, I prefer the knife personally, but it looks a bit hairy, particularly if I'm left-handed and you're right-handed and you think lefty's going to kill themselves.
You're much better with a craft knife than I am, okay?
Yeah, not with a kitchen knife. Eh?
No, we'll say no more about that.
Well, not when I've bought some sharp ones. I'm not used to sharp knives. Okay, and that's your back. So I've done the back. Exactly the same. Exactly the same. So then we're going to do the sides. Now, these are designed to be windows. If you don't want windows, just use these pieces and fill in if you want to. But these pieces here to do the sides, and these are at the base. So you will have more than you need. So I'm just going to get my knife again and go through the slats.
Put that through there and check the machine.
And just cut through. And this side. I'll cut all these out. I don't think I'm going to need all of them, but I've got 2 sides to do, so we'll do. Let's cut these out. These ones. Again, any spare these, you can make little planters out of them, or tables or anything else to go in your little shed if you want to. So I'll just do that many for the time being. And before I start, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of tape along here for the windows. So it'll be ready to go when I need to. So I'll just put of our soft pour tape. This is a 6mm one, which is a bit. Oh, is that a bit? Yeah, it's a bit wide. No, it's not actually too wide. I don't think. I don't think I need to cut it. Yes, I do. It's a bit wide, so I do need to cut it. So I'll just cut this in half. Oops, a bit wobbly, but that's fine. And then peel that off. Okay, and then I'm just going to put this top like that. And I'm just going to cut it there. I just find that easier to do that. So I'm just going to. Oops, you can't see what I'm doing. So like that. Do that. And then turn around again. Oops. And do this side here. And then the tape is already in, ready for my window. When we're ready for it. And we're using our soft portite because it's nice and strong. You just need to tack it really. So I'm just doing it on the vertical. I'm not going to bother with the horizontals. I don't think it's necessary. But if you want to, then if you're shed, please do so. Okay. So I'll give those a little bit of burnish, and these are ready to go when I'm ready to glaze my shed in a minute. Okay, so to this piece. So I'm going to have a nice long piece of this now. So I'm going to put this on the bottom like that. I'm going to put a bit of glue across the bottom. Like that. And then I'm going to put glue along here. And on the uprights. And I'll put far too much glue on, but still. Okay.
You know what I think?
That's it.
I think I'll look for a smaller glue brush.
Oh, right, okay.
Because that would be really handy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's because this is quite runny, this stuff.
Mm.
I tend to use my little
Your
position one actually, which is not here. But right, so put that across like that. Just make it level at the bottom. Okay, and I'm going to do. I'm not going to do overlap on this one. I'm going to do ridge lap.
Tongue and groove.
Tongue and groove rather. On this side, I'm going to do ridge lap on the other side, but I'll do tongue and groove on this side. Mainly because I've not done it before. And it's quicker. Because all you need to do is this. You don't need to.
What did Jenny do on hers?
She did tongue. She did lapping.
Mm-hmm. And I bet she measured every bit.
Yes, I think she did. It was. I think it was a labour of love.
It looks absolutely amazing, though.
Yes, but I just aspire to be as good as Jenny.
Don't we all?
Mine are far more achievable.
No, yours are extremely good as well. Okay.
So that is that bit. Okay, so it's still really effective.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention there. Have you overlapped the little bit where the windows are going to be, or are you not putting any windows that side?
I'm putting windows. So I'm
So you just overlapped a smidge, yeah, because that's like your window frame. Isn't it?
If you want to cut it, you can do, but
but
it's a shed, so there's not that and that urge. Well, it depends if you've got a precise shed or not. So I'm just going to just do.
We've got a great shed. Well, it's not really a shed. It was a Wendy house that was 2 tiers when the boys were little, and they were so spoilt. They had little rectangles cut out that with a little flap that opened so they could stick the water pistols out and attack people.
I can just see Sam doing that.
Yeah, they had a great time. But sometimes it didn't work because they could lock the door from the inside. So when we were trying to get them in
at night,
yeah, they'd be squirting us with the water pistol. But it was fun, and we still got it.
I know. You're in New Lane ambush, aren't you? Often on the weekend.
Yeah.
So.
That's so effective, isn't it? It's really simple, but it's so effective.
A tiny bit more glue on there, and you're going to get a long one at the top as well. I must admit, tongue and groove is a lot quicker than doing ridge lap.
But I do like the other one as well. I think that's really effective as well.
Right, so you've got a choice now to find out how that's going to fit, and that's tongue and groove, and that fits perfectly. Who knew? There you go, and that fits in there like that. Okay, so that's on that side. Oh, that's great. That's
almost like you designed it to do.
It did, yeah. And one thinks so, wouldn't they? On this side, okay, this one I'm going to do tongue and groove. So
shiplap,
whatever. Oh yeah, shiplap. Yeah, the other one.
It's amazing how you can get so many different effects just by the way you glue something.
Yeah. If you want, what you could do is do it really haphazard and as if it was made completely out of
homemade shed.
Yeah.
Or like the ones you see on the old railway sidings or allotments.
Yeah, so they're literally made out of anything you can find.
Yeah.
So you don't have to use these at all. You could use your own panels if you wanted to. Or carrier bags and things like that you could put in there. So again, what I've done is dipped it in, so you've got a bit of glue on there just to keep that in place. Oops. Dropping it in the glue is not very helpful. There you go. Just. That's it. Let's keep moving. Is mine in the centre of the thing?
Yeah, you're fine. I hate to say it, Kay, but it's much easier to do our assembly videos this way because we can keep an eye easily over the top, can't we?
Opposed to our posh new system.
But our posh new system, I think
we can't work.
our posh new system, I think we should use for lives and walkthroughs and everything else.
If we can get the thing to work.
Yeah. Well, we think we touch wood. We might have solved it.
We might have solved the issue. Yeah. Who knew that we could?
But
do
we're
that?
going to test it first before we tell Sam.
Which won't be this week.
No.
Okay, so that follows like that, and then you've got these smaller ones, and you're just going to go down the sides of those. Windows, so it needs a bit more clear, I think. So I do tend to find if you put the glue on here, if you're doing the red lappy things, the glue does help sort of seal it a bit. Otherwise you might end up with gaps.
Also, having your glue already on the tape, Kay, is giving it time to sort of start to dry a little bit, hasn't it?
Yes, it does make it a bit quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, the disadvantage of that is once you stuck this down, it's stuck.
Yes.
Particularly the lightweight, the light board. Whoops. Let's bring that up. So that's down there.
What are they doing?
I have no idea what they're doing.
They've been quiet all week. I think they think, haha, let's do it.
Yeah, I think they wait till the video signs up and just to make a bracket.
I think Clive sees it on the CCTV
And uses it as a challenge.
Yes.
Can't see if that's straight. Is it straight?
I can't see.
I'll probably ought to stand up then. It's too lazy.
It's up a smidge, but it's all right.
Just a few of these. Okay, you have too many, so you can make planters and all sorts of things out here. You will have more than you need, more than enough that you need. That's fine. That'll do. Right. Put that round.
I want to go and live in that little house. It looks really nice.
But I like it because on the inside it looks like
it looks like a proper shed.
Yeah,
it does.
But if you want to, you can put panels on it and cover it up. Oops, that's not original. Yeah, that is. Right, so is that going to be a ridge lap on here? Yeah, that'll just finish it off. So that's the end. That end. Put a little bit more glue, I think. I should use that glue. Just on that. And that light final one, I'll just. That one. And that should be the end of those. There we go.
This has been a really relaxing video to watch. So.
Well, there we go. Depends on where you've been watching it from.
Yeah,
really,
well, I've been watching it from the
right,
easy
okay,
bit.
so you got that effect, or you got
Brilliant.
that effect. So you can have either. So I'll take that out of the way before the inevitable
I
happens.
can't decide which I like best. I think I like the shiplap one. But then when I look at the tongue and groove one, I think of all the.
Yeah, it's quite nice actually. I haven't done that.
Yeah.
Right, so the tape I did earlier. I'm going to take that off. I did give it a burnish, but that's it.
This is for your windows.
Yeah, these are the windows. So I've took the tape down already, and you get obviously both windows in there. I'll just take the protective screen from those. Just take the tape off this.
We can see nice and clearly because we're looking through the other windows.
Yeah, that's good. Right.
I'm going to zoom in a smidge.
Okay, so I'm taking the protective sheet off these. I've already unpicked it a bit because that takes forever. It takes longer if you're actually on camera.
Yeah.
Just if you're not. And that goes like that. And then, right, your hands isn't full of glue, and you just literally put it on top of, like that.
Brilliant.
Turn it round. And then take. Got gluey fingers now, it's not helping matters.
No, it doesn't.
There we go. There. That's it, and then again take the peeling, the backing of this, and I would decorate the shed. These would be one of the last things you put in. I'm showing you how to do it, but I would decorate it, certainly paint it before you put the windows in. And that is your basic bit of your shed with a door that opens. Okay, so back to
your roof.
Our roof. Okay, I would probably leave this a bit longer normally. But, so, where's my cat gone? Oh, there's my cat.
She's escaped.
So I put my cat in.
You're going to put him on top of the roof?
No, I'm going to put my cat in I'm going to put my cat. He's outside.
Okay.
He's outside looking in, so let's put my cat on. If I forget. Cat. Right, so I've got my little finials somewhere that I haven't lost. That's good. Again, you can do what you like in the way of finials if you want to. You don't have to put them on at all, but they usually have them on the shed.
And you've got loads of ways, so you can cut your own
shape.
If you
want to. You've got
want
little diamonds and sitting here. So, let's see. Buy me a shop going on.
Are you allowed to say that on the video?
Oh dear. I've got the table shaking.
Make sure you take that out, yeah. The table has just been shaking because when you heard the loud car, Kay made a very apt comment, but we're going to have to remove it.
I might just bleep it.
Just put a bleep on.
I'll put a bleep on it, or I'll do something. You can have to guess what I've said.
Answers on a postcard.
Okay, and that's sort of finials. Hopefully they won't fall off. And then your roof goes on here, and you've got enough give for your cladding.
That's brilliant.
So, and that is the shed.
That is so lovely.
Right, thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.